your destination for FRC content, updates, and gaming.
Welcome to the fun.
FRC Updates Now is supported by Stryker Careers. If you are a college student or recent graduate looking for an incredible internship, take a look at Stryker. Stryker provides a housing stipend, great pay, and an opportunity to work with state-of-the-art medical technology equipment. Discover why so many FRC alumni are coming to Stryker for their internship or career at careers.stryker.com.
Our next region of the night is our U.S. Southeast region. There were 5 events taking place, including the South Florida Regional, and 2 days of events in the CHS District, the Greater DC event, and the Greater Richmond events. Our featured event this week comes from Florida, and let's bring on James to talk about what went down in the Sunshine State. James.
The South Florida Regional in West Palm Beach, Florida, brought together 33 teams from 7 states and 5 countries. With plenty of rust to shake off after a 2-year hiatus, the level of competition shown at this Week 1 event was very surprising, and a welcome preview for how Rapid React will play out in the next few weeks. After practice day concluded, it was clear that there were 4 favorites of this event. 4481 Team Rembrandts from the Netherlands had their small, quick, low-cycling machine that was able to get the cargo RP solo. 4206, the Robobikes from Fort Worth, Texas, was the surprise of the event. With their nimble swerve drive, they were a high-goal cycling monster. 2168, the Aluminum Falcons from Groton, Connecticut, was a highly accurate turreted shooter with a traversal climb. The final favorite was 179, the Children of the Swamp from Riviera Beach. The 2-time returning winners of this event, they also came in with the turreted traversal climber, and although not as accurate as 2168 to start, they spent all day tuning the accuracy of their shooter, along with their 5-ball auto. These 4 teams would battle it out for the number 1 seed through the course of the event, but ultimately 4481 would secure it with a 10-2 record and 37 ranking points, including 4 unicorn matches. They would first select the undefeated ranked number 2, 179, and then follow it up with the 21st ranked 4592 and 3, the Mighty Mechanical Mustangs from Hollywood, Florida. This would lead to 4206 captaining the 2nd seed alliance and selecting the 4th rank, 2168, and completing their alliance with 33rd rank, 2641 PCCR from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Both alliances would face little issues through quarters, although 179 would have their first match where they would fail to make the traversal. Both alliances then had 100-plus point matches in their semifinals, though the number 2 seed faced a tough number 3 seed of 5472 Stallion Robotics, the Wild Stallions from Boca Raton, Florida, 2383 the Ninjaneers from Plantation, Florida, and 7403 the Lightning Blue Lizards from Columbia. Alliance number 1 and 2, though, would meet in the finals looking very even. In Finals 1, it looked like tragedy had stricken the number 1 seed, as 4 seconds into teleop, 4592 took a rough hit from 2641, resulting in them losing connection to the field. This would leave the powerhouse scorers of the number 2 alliance undefended. However, just 17 seconds later, 2168 would pop a sick wheelie, then disconnect as well upon landing. This made the match 2-on-2. Unfortunately for the number 2 seed, 4206, even with help from 2641, was unable to keep up with 4481 and 179, despite 2168 returning to life with 25 seconds left. Finals match 1 ended with a score of 85-67. Finals match 2 ended autonomous with the scores tied 28-28. However, this time both 4592 and 2168 are alive for the whole match. With everyone fully functioning, the match was very close until with 1 minute to go, both 4206 and 2168 would miss both their shots, and that little bit of breathing room was all 4481 and 179 would need to quickly turn a tied game into a 10-point lead heading into the end game. 179 was able to get their traversal hang, while 2168 was only able to get to high. Both 4206 and 4481 got their quick mid-climb, and 4592 and 2641 both did not get any climb. This resulted in a final score of 93-77, and your winners, the number 1 seed of 4481, 179, and 4592. Congratulations are in order to 4206, 2168, and 2641 for that hard-fought finalist medal. All 3 of them will be competing in their home regions later on this season. Congratulations are also in order to 59 Ramtech from Miami, Florida for their first ever chairman's win. 8817 Buccaneer Robotics, also from Miami, Florida, for the Rookie All-Star Award. And the double Kling Bling goes to 4481 for adding an Engineering Inspiration Award to their winner's medal. In just 3 days, we will see 11 of the teams who made elims at South Florida complete in Orlando, including the winners 4481 and the still undefeated 179. I look forward to seeing what happens there. Back to you.
Thanks, James. Oh, I love that name, Ninjaneers. That's cool. Next up, we have Griffin covering both days of both of the remaining events, starting with CHS District Greater DC. Griffin, tell us what happened.
All right. Well, along with the event format, the Chesapeake saw some big changes at the competition, mainly the high presence of competitive swerve bots in a region that the drive type is normally missing from. On DC's first day, the competition was definitely a sight to behold, seeing robots score high and some climb as well. At the end of quals, sitting at the top was 88 Robotiators. They swiftly picked up the powerhouse team 836 RoboBees and rounded out their alliance with 2849 Ursa Major. They swiftly beat the number 4 seed to proceed to the finals against 620 Warbots, 4099 Falcons, and 2914 Tiger Pride. After some close scoring matches, it was the number 1 seed that claimed victory. DC Day 2 ran pretty similarly, with the number 1 seed of 2199 Robo Lions ending up on top with their consistent high shots and climb. They rounded out their alliance with 1111 Power Hawks and 2186 Dogs of Steel. They swiftly went to the finals to face up against 1885 Allied Robotics, 1599 Circuitry, and 1123 AIM Robotics. Like day 1, these matches were close, but the number 1 seed just eked out a win, giving 2186 their first ever blue banner. Down in Richmond, day 1 looked very similar to the DC events, with some high-scoring robots that simply tried for scoring out the wazoo. However, from the beginning, all eyes were on the powerhouse team 2363 Triple Helix, with their phenomenal swerve autonomous period and their incredibly consistent intake and shooter. They quickly grabbed the number 1 seed and chose heavy shooter 5724 Spartan Robotics and 3136 Orca. The number 1 seed easily made their way to the finals, where they faced 5804 Torch, 1262 the Stags, and 1610 Blackwater Robotics. While the number 2 seed put up a fight, the number 1 seed easily took the win in both matches. Now, Richmond Day 2 was a whole different story from the other 3 days. It was the lowest average score across the 4 events, mostly due to the high amount of aggressive defense being played by teams. After all these pushing matches, sitting at the top was 7429 Convergence, with their consistency in auto and tele-up high shooting. They swiftly picked up 384 Sparky and rounded out the alliance with 6194 the Aftershocks. They had a tough field, as they had to contend with aggressive defense played on them during the entire semis and entire finals, but were able to break through the semis and reach the finals to face the 2nd seed, 6802 Mean Caymans, 1086 Blue Cheese, and 2028 Phantom Mentalist. After an aggressive 3 matches, and yes, the only one of the 4 events to go to 3 matches, the number 1 seed managed to squeak out a win just by a hair, resulting in the first blue banners for 7421, or 7429, and 6194. I unfortunately don't have any awards to report on, as the awards ceremony for the events is tomorrow. But good luck to the teams competing for Chairman's and EI.
All right, thanks, Griffin. Great reporting. Our featured event, preview event for week 2 will be in the Southeast region. Will be the Electric City Regional. Justin, tell us about what we might expect for this event.
The 2022 Regional in South Carolina sees a shift in leadership from Palmetto Partners to First South Carolina, now rebranding as the Electric City Regional in Anderson. Of the 39 teams competing, 29 are from in-state, 1 each from Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and North Carolina, as well as 6 frequent visitors from Tennessee. Electric City will feature the return of 1102 Naked Magic, who, while based in Aiken, South Carolina, has won some banners in the Peachtree District since 2018. Also hoping to keep the banners in state are local powerhouses 4451, Robots Garage, 343, Metal in Motion, 342, the Burning Magnetos, and 3489, Category 5. And a rookie team to watch out for is 8575 from Due West, South Carolina. Although the rookie season was technically 2021, this will be the first season of competition, and they look to be a promising team. Returning in hopes of a three-peat is 4020, Cybertribe from Tennessee. Also joining them from the volunteer state is 3824 HVA Robotics and 4265 the Secret City Wildbots. Other strong out-of-staters are 364 Team Fusion from Mississippi, who always have clean competitive robots, and 5727 Omegabytes from North Carolina, who looked strong on the fun premiere night. If history is anything to go off of, look for 4451 and 4020 to team up as the number 1 seed in eliminations, and teams like 1102, 343, and 342 pairing up hoping to spoil it for them. And the heavy hitters for chairmans are much of the same, 44-51, 34-89, and 38-24. Also to note, a little birdie told me something very exciting may happen during the award ceremony on Friday, so be sure to tune in for the first annual Electric City Regional.
All right, let's bring James and Griffin back in for this week's discussion for the U.S. Southeast region. Guys, what do you have to talk about this week?
So our main discussion point is going to be is just events on average are much smaller than they were pre-pandemic, both at the regional level and at the district level. As a team who's from the regional level, having 12 matches is not something we're used to, and we're definitely not used to only having 30-ish teams at our events. Just going through and having your matches come back up every 4 or 5 times, consistency is so important. And being able to make it out to the field every single match is very, very important. And then if you're lucky enough to be an alliance captain, those meetings that you have that you're going to be going through your list are so much more stressful because you have so much less options.
Yeah, we are cut down from about 30 teams to 16 to 18 teams. So there is definitely a shortening of those cycle time, of those rotation times on matches. But I would say probably our biggest impact would be that because we're so small, we don't have a quarterfinals. So the distribution of district points gets changed dramatically. Because there's no quarterfinals, you only get at the most 20 for progression through to the finals, and if you look at it as a whole, there's more district points still going out just to teams that aren't you. So it's very possible that the district rankings are going to get bouncing all over the place because you have no idea where teams are going to end up with how many points are going to be left on the board in the final week.
Yeah, I mean, those smaller teams or smaller events, with less teams, those shorter cycle times can make a big difference. If you break, something goes wrong with your robot, you don't necessarily have to worry about the motors overheating now, with most of the motors being brushless. But still, if you break or something catastrophic happens or serious happens and you've got to go back out in 3 matches instead of your usual 6 or 8 or what have you, that can be a major factor and can cost you hugely in the rankings. And then Griffin, as far as the ranking point system goes in the district, I can see that being a major issue too, where you really need to put everything you got into each match because it's going to make a big difference. The importance is greater, the impact is greater each and every match, each and every event. So yeah, great discussion, guys.
Thanks to Stryker Careers for their support in this video. If you are a college student or recent graduate looking for an incredible internship, take a look at Stryker. Stryker provides a housing stipend, great pay, and an opportunity to work with state-of-the-art medical technology equipment. Discover why so many FIRST alumni are coming to Stryker for their internship or career at careers.stryker.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on our new videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.